Before the wedding, his father said he wanted to try me. What happened next destroyed everything. 2 nights before my wedding, Marcus dropped a bomb. We were sitting in our apartment living room, folding programs, addressing last-minute invitations, drinking wine, planning our future together. Everything felt perfect, normal, right. Then he said it. "Tomorrow night my father needs to examine you." Casually, like he was mentioning picking up dry cleaning, like it was nothing. I laughed, thought he was joking, making some weird joke about meeting parents or family traditions. But Marcus wasn't smiling, his face was serious, deadly serious. "It's tradition," he continued, "in our family. My brothers and Uncle Roberto will be there as witnesses, it's just how we do things." My stomach dropped, actually dropped, wine glass freezing halfway to my lips. "Examine me? What does that mean?" "To ensure you're pure, virgin, untouched. Every woman who marries into the Castano family does it. My mom did it, my sister-in-law Maria did it, all my cousins' wives. Everyone, it's required." I pulled my hand away from his. "No, that's not happening. That's insane." "Oh." He looked hurt, actually hurt, like I was being unreasonable. "It's just verification, medical verification. 5 minutes and we move on. Then we get married and start our life together." Ah. My mind reeled. We'd waited 2 years for intimacy, 2 full years, because Marcus said our wedding night should be special, sacred, worth waiting for. I thought it was sweet, romantic, old-fashioned in a good way. Now I realized he wasn't being romantic. He was saving me, preserving me, for inspection. Like a product, like merchandise, like something with a quality seal that needed verification before purchase. "I can't do this," I whispered. "This is wrong. It's family tradition. If you love me, you'll understand." That night, I left, grabbed my purse and keys, drove through rain to my best friend Sarah's apartment across town. Mascara running, heart shattered, hands shaking on the steering wheel. "He wants his dad to check if I'm still a virgin," I choked out when she opened the door, with witnesses, before the wedding. She held me until I passed out on her couch, exhausted, broken, confused. The next morning, I went back to our apartment, hoping it had been a misunderstanding, hoping for an apology, hoping Marcus would tell me he'd been drunk or confused or joking. Marcus was crying at the kitchen table, red eyes, trembling hands. "If you loved me," I said quietly, "you'd protect me from this. You'd tell them no." He stood up, face transforming, from sad to angry in an instant. And he slapped me. Hard, open palm across my face, the sound echoed in the kitchen. His eyes widened immediately, shocked, like he couldn't believe what he'd done, like his hand had acted without permission. I didn't say anything, just pulled off my engagement ring, set it on the counter, heard it clink against the marble, and walked out. 3 days later, Marcus showed up at Sarah's apartment, pounding on the door at 2 a.m. Hands trembling, eyes haunted, looking like he hadn't slept. "I hit you to save your life," he said when Sarah opened the door. "What?" I was behind her, confused, scared. "The examination isn't about purity. It's an auction. They sell women. My family sells women to European buyers. The examination is a showing, a preview. Then they auction you off and I get paid." I stared at him, unsure if I should believe him or call the police. This sounded insane, impossible. He pulled out papers from his jacket. "Contracts, vendor agreements, bank statements. They'll find you through these. The florist has your card number. The photographer has your email and address. The venue has everything. You need to disappear. Run, now. Rimardi ini est." Sarah started filming silently on her phone. She was studying for the bar exam. 2 months from becoming a lawyer, her brain kicked into evidence collection mode. The next morning, I called the venue, canceled everything, lost my $8,000 deposit. That was supposed to be 6 months of rent money, gone. When I told my mother, she asked if I'd been drinking, if I was having a breakdown, if I needed therapy. She didn't believe me. Nobody did. The next week was hell, complete hell. Vendors started suing me for breach of contract, the florist, the caterer, the photographer, all demanding payment for services not rendered. My job at the insurance company flagged me for instability after I broke down crying at my desk. Sarah asked me to leave her apartment because her law school scholarship was funded by a Castano family foundation. She couldn't risk it, couldn't help anymore. I was being erased, isolated, destroyed. Meanwhile, Marcus was playing the heartbroken fiancé at work, bringing cannoli to his coworkers, getting sympathy, getting support. Poor Marcus, whose crazy fiancé ran away. Then I saw Maria, his sister-in-law, married to his older brother Dominic, at a pediatrician's office. She was there with her 3-year-old son. I was there getting medical records to change doctors. Our eyes met. She mouthed one word, "Help," then turned away quickly, grabbed her son, left fast. That's when I knew. I wasn't the first. I wasn't some isolated case. This was a pattern, a system. And if I didn't act, I wouldn't be the last. I started making lists, obsessive lists, everything documented. Every canceled vendor who suddenly wouldn't return my calls, every friend who suddenly stopped texting, every person who suddenly avoided me at the grocery store. The Castanos thought they were destroying me, isolating me, making me disappear. But they were showing me exactly how they operated, showing me their network, their reach, their methods. I ran into Maria again at a CVS pharmacy 2 weeks later. She was buying children's Tylenol. she whispered while pretending to compare aspirin bottles. Voice barely audible. They monitor everything. Phone, email, location. If I try to leave, I lose my son. Court order. They own the judge. Within hours, I was accused of harassing her, threatening her, stalking her. My few remaining friends pulled away completely. My cousin Jen, who'd been my maid of honor, posted on Facebook, defending Marcus, calling me unstable, saying I needed help. Even my mother begged me to stop, to move on, to get therapy and forget this. But I couldn't stop, couldn't forget, couldn't move on. I stumbled across our old shared cloud storage account, the one Marcus and I had used for wedding planning. He hadn't removed my access, probably forgot about it in the chaos. I tried his mother's birthday as the password, Rosa Castano, born the 15th of May 1960, 051560. It worked. In a folder labeled Tax Documents 2019, I found emails, dozens of them, to someone named Father Francis at St. Anthony's Church. Marcus had written everything, detailed everything, his horror at discovering what his family did, his plan to push me away before they could sell me, his guilt, his fear. I can't let them do this to her, but if I tell her directly, they'll kill us both. I have to make her hate me enough to run. I started mapping the family's finances, bank statements from the cloud, Venmo transactions, PayPal records. Payments always came 13 months after family weddings, always, like clockwork. Large payments. $50,000. $75,000. $120,000. From shell companies, European accounts, untraceable sources. Then my phone buzzed. Unknown number, a photo. Me, disheveled, at the courthouse trying to file a police report that got dismissed. They were documenting me, building a case, framing me as unstable, paranoid, delusional. I dug deeper, became obsessed, slept 3 hours a night, lived on coffee and fear. The photographer from our engagement shoot resurfaced, wanting his final payment, $2,000 I didn't have. I met him at a Starbucks, desperate. I can't pay you, but I need to know, did you notice anything strange at the shoot? He hesitated, then nodded, background in some shots, men in suits, shaking hands, papers changing hands. I thought it was weird but figured it was family business. Can I see them? He showed me, his laptop, raw files, background shots he'd never delivered. Men I didn't recognize, European-looking, expensive suits, folders, documents, money. Can I have copies? Only if you pay me. I gave him my grandmother's ring, the only valuable thing I owned. This is worth $3,000. You can have it for the files. He took the ring, gave me a USB drive. My brother reached out secretly the next day. Jake, 5 years older, worked in accounting for a Castano construction company. I can't help you publicly, he said over burner phone. Melissa has MS. We need my insurance, but I've been making copies, employment records. Women hired, fired 13 months later, always right after family weddings. 2YN work. He dropped a manila envelope in my car, vanished. Inside, spreadsheets, names, dates, patterns, proof. Then came the breakthrough, the thing that changed everything. Mrs. Castano's sister, Rosa's sister, hadn't just moved to Florida 30 years ago like everyone said. She'd been the first to run, the first to escape, the first to figure it out. I found her in Portland, Maine, working as a bookkeeper, living under her maiden name. Called her. My name is Claire. I was supposed to marry into your family. I need help. Long silence. Then, give me 2 days. She agreed to testify, to come forward, to tell everything. Maria risked everything too, everything. USB drives hidden in her son's teddy bears, recordings from burner phones bought with cash, photos of buyers at family events, financial documents with signatures and dates and amounts. Her evidence broke the case wide open, blew it apart. She testified on one condition: full protective custody for her and her son, new identities, relocation, safety. The assistant district attorney finally listened, finally believed, finally acted. Federal charges filed: trafficking, conspiracy, RICO, money laundering, dozens of counts. Marcus flipped immediately, testified against his entire family for a reduced sentence, told them everything, named names, provided locations, gave up passwords and accounts and contacts. More women came forward, 7 more, from other families, other cities, other decades. The trial lasted 3 weeks. Maria detailed the examination, the auction, the sale, the contracts, everything. Forensic accountants found contracts written in Italian, bills of sale, literal bills of sale, human beings listed as merchandise, with prices, terms, return clauses for defective goods. The jury didn't need long, 4 hours of deliberation. Guilty, on all counts, every single one. Mr. Castano got 25 years, federal prison. His sons Dominic, Angelo, Marcus got 15 to 20 years each. Mrs. Castano, herself a victim, herself sold at 19, received mandatory counseling and probation instead of prison. The courtroom erupted, cheering, crying, justice. The Castano name was destroyed, erased, finished. Their assets seized, their homes became crime scenes, their businesses shut down. Churches they'd funded lost half their congregants, their charity work exposed as money laundering and cover operations. I stood outside the courthouse as reporters swarmed, cameras, microphones, questions. Maria stood next to me, her son holding her hand, safe, free, protected. A reporter pushed forward. Claire, how do you feel right now? What do you want to say? I looked at the courthouse, at Maria, at the other women who'd come forward, at the ruins of the Castano Empire. His father wanted to examine me, I said quietly, calmly. Instead, we examined him. We examined his entire family, and we found them guilty. And for the first time in 8 months, I smiled.